Let's segue to the wide receivers, kind of post Randy Mossel. He was part of this decade briefly. Pretty easy ones here. I think Diggs, Thielen, and then a guy named Percy Harvin, who was here for a couple of years as well. Kevin, we'll start with you.
Yeah, and then, we've all sat through a lot of mini camps, practices where not a lot happened. I can remember 2 mini camp practices in my whole life. One when Adrian Peterson, his first one, and one with Percy Harvin. And even someone as dumb as me could look at him and see the athletic explosion that happened that was different from everyone else around him.
Yeah,
that would have been
2009, Percy at minicamp blew me away so much. I cold called into Barrero saying, I have to get on the radio and tell you what I'm seeing right now. I've never seen anything like this.
Just everybody else running in sand compared to him. And so like that, I always think of that with Percy Harvin. We know there was a lot of dramatics, but in terms of the pure skill level and things he did on the field, very unique.
That guy's good.
Percy Harvin was Deebo Samuel before Deebo Samuel was even a teenager.
It's Percy, 7 yards deep, far side. Here he comes.
Right, so I watched that young man play, and you look back, and we had a guy like that in Percy Harvin. He's, an incredible athlete.
And he is gone! Touchdown, Vikings! It's
Stefon Diggs, I look at Stefon Diggs this year, his average per catch went from a little over 10 to 17 plus. One of the top one-year jumps in average by a receiver in the history of the NFL. So I think his explosivity is still part of that. Adam Thielen, there's no question he sees this as a disappointing year. Yeah. But his body of work to get us and to get where we are now. It's funny how a few positions start showing up here where you don't have a whole bunch of people competing. If you're in the wide receiver position, the lack of a 1,000-yard receiver plagued us for a number of years throughout this decade. But having, Thielen break that or get over at that 1,000-yard mark, Diggs being the explosive, and then I think, again, the best overall athlete of the group was Percy Harvin.